So we've all been given the choice in the United States to choose China or USA. I wanted to add my 2 cents to this topic because, of course, I posted something the other day in terms of, China. In some ways, some things there will help the housing economy if they go a certain way. However, I want to come first from a state of unified field of consciousness, higher enlightenment, and where we are a one people. And so the idea that we need to choose one side or the other is divisive, and it doesn't matter whether you choose China or you choose USA, it's still a divisive thought form in some regards. However, I do want to just explain this because I've had a lot of people in my comments kind of, asking questions. Okay, so first of all, I do not believe that China is 100% in the United States highest good even for the people themselves, because China has to take care of China and USA has to take care of USA first in order for us to have a healthy future. Now, believe it or not, that's actually a New Earth code. You have to have sovereignty first and have healthy boundaries before you can have unity. And so, yes, we love China. We love our Chinese brothers and sisters. We love, Africa. We love Europe. We love wherever. But as a nation in the United States, we do have to put ourselves as a priority. And here are some issues that we're having in the United States. Why we're even in this scenario in the first place is because our well is run dry in certain regards, although we have a very abundant nation. And we have many, many resources here, and we just lost touch is really what's happened. Hollywood and all these other systems that really pulled us out of alignment with our own true ability to create jobs and to use our hands and to grow our own food. Now, of course, this didn't happen at the will of the people, because the people, the farmers, they've been fighting for their farms for decades. And these disgusting politicians and criminal corporate conglomerates have been trying systematically to take out all of the small business owners and all of the farmers and all of these other systems so that they could have this global control, so that we would all be at the mercy of them. And this is where we went wrong as a nation. We won't talk about China. China has their own problems just like every other nation. We're talking about the United States and how the United States can heal itself from the national karma that it's dealing with right now, and also from the suffering that the people in the United States are feeling at this time, because the people in the United States have been grossly duped for a very long time. They've been taught to believe that they were free when they were the biggest slaves on the planet. And nobody should have to work 3 jobs and still not be able to afford a house or food. It's gotten to the point where it's unbearable, literally, for the majority of humanity. And it's at a breaking point, which is why you're seeing everything unfolding the way that it is in the world right now, and especially in the United States, is we are absolutely at a breaking point, and it has to change now. So, yes, Trump is coming in and he's trying to make some of those changes. And don't get me wrong, I don't do left or right. I see good and bad in all beings. I see things for what they are. And so I'm not at all a puppet master. I'm not puppeted by any of these politicians. I teach ascension, and I'm focused on helping humanity to understand freedom codes, sovereignty, new earth, and what we need to do to build new earth, because new earth is something that we create. We're not waiting for some savior to come out of the sky. We are the savior. And that's the true path to Christ consciousness, into our way forward in new earth. Now, with that said, some of the issues that we have in the United States that we need to correct as a people is that we need to, A, become useful again. The American people, in so many ways, have become so reliant on fast food, fast drugs, fast pharma, fast X, schmex, fast whatever, and have lost touch with reality, with nature, with each other, with our communities, with our own needs, even with our own emotions. We've lost touch. Now, I'm not saying that it's the American people's fault. There was great sorcery behind the scenes that contributed to this. Masterful black magic witches and warlocks who have very much infected the American people and the American way for really since the very early days of America. So it's cool that we're seeing all this inexpensive things from China, but I do want to add caution to the last video that I did, which is that realistically, the way that you're seen not only by China but also by the United States is you're seen as a consumer. You're like a money bags. You're the money bags and they're the profiteers from your monies, okay? So if you're sitting there spending and buying all these things in China, well, Chinese are getting wealthy off of you. If you're buying all your things in the United States, well, the United States and the people here are getting wealthy off of you. What I'm trying to get at is that the people themselves in the United States need to do a few different things to help change things. Number one, you need to really start to pay attention to where you put your money. Are you investing in somebody that is part of the new earth, that's part of unity consciousness, that's part of the light workers, that's a soul that you can feel good about supporting when you're spending your money? Or are you spending your money grossly because you're just getting caught up in psyops, whether it be that you're buying Gucci bags for $10,000 or whether it be that you're spending $10,000 worth of monies in China to get a bunch of Chinese things because now you're pissed off at the United States. Both of those can be discordant energies. And so it's just really important that you really pay attention to what it is that you're investing in. Now, it is very important that the American people reinvest in the American people because it's the people in America, the everyday people, that are greatly suffering, really, really suffering. So I do like to see all the things that are unfolding with China, and I love Chinese people and every other people, but I also do feel that it's important that we continue to invest in our own nation also if you're in the United States, because our people need support here. I mean, it's pretty bad right now. But additionally, the American people also have to do some things to become more innovative. Americans in general have become very lazy, very caught up on video games and all these AI apps and the porn industry that we know was a really bad situation for our people. It's making people sick in the minds. People are mentally ill in the United States mostly because they are very, very discordant to the soul and also to nature. And so the people need not only to watch where they're investing their money, but they also need to watch what they're doing to become more innovative. We cannot rely on, we really, if we're living in alignment with source, we need to become more self-reliant and then more connected to our communities in our tribes and supporting one another so that we have a healthy, strong foundation, which has been ripped out from under most of us. And we need to rebuild that first and foremost. Now, I know it's cool to go and buy, $2 Nikes in China. And I'm not saying don't do that, but I am saying that your next step after you get your cool shoes should be that you focus on how you can help your community in the United States, what you can do to start helping humanity. What can you do to create a business here that you could help humanity with and get paid for? This is the way of the future, and this is where Americans have fallen out of alignment with the way. And I'm not saying again that it's all their fault, because there was a lot of black magic beings behind the scenes that were trying to strip away small business owners from the United States for decades. And I do believe that that's getting ready to be changed, but we absolutely have to fight for that change too. I will try to do a part 2 if you guys like. So make sure that you leave a like, a comment. Let me know if you're looking for part 2, and I'll go forward if you like.